It's hard living this life.
No, it really is. So I just got a text from my wife. It's a text to me and her mom. She said, I'm divorcing Jaceel, mom. A blog has accused him of cheating on me. So I'm done. Like, that's what I'm dealing with in real life. Like, in real life, see what it says? Yep, the girl who used to work for him. So this is what I'm really dealing with. And that's I'm going to be as transparent as I could be, because this is what happens when you play like this. You play on people's lives. You play on whatever they may be dealing with, and they have to deal with real circumstances. So this is what I'm dealing with this morning. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did Rashida just lose it over Kirk Frost's most recent horrible incident? You'll be amazed at what's happening behind the scenes of this drama. Indeed, Kendra is expecting a child. Are you aware of the father's identity? Kirk, the story becomes more complicated because young Jock, who already had too much on his plate, went completely nuts. Is it merely an emotional breakdown, or is this the most dramatic reality TV show ever to come to life? Does this imply the dissolution of Kirk and Rashida's marriage? Is Kendra pulling strings from behind the scenes like a puppet master? Is this the ultimate betrayal? Or is Kirk just getting another chance to mess things up and make things even more complicated for Rashida? 2, don't even get me started on the rest of the drama, because, trust me, this gets way juicier. Hell, is young Jock in all this? He's having an emotional meltdown in a hospital bed somewhere. Or instead, is there something bigger going on that we don't even know about yet? Are a few of the inquiries you might have for you? After watching the juiciest of soap operas, you may have assumed that Rashida and Kirk Frost's marriage was at last stable after everything they had been through. But today isn't the day, because Kendra, the woman who turned everything upside down, showed up with some shocking news. Kirk is, of course, the one who allegedly knocked her up, and she's expecting a child. What would Rashida have thought of this news, in your opinion? What a surprise, isn't it? Let's pause and consider that this catastrophe did not occur overnight. We all believe the worst was over for Rashida and Kirk, who had faced many hardships over the years, from his previous adultery to their turbulent marriage. However, Kendra appears out of nowhere, revealing a plot twist that nobody anticipated. When Rashida announces that she is expecting Kirk's child, her entire world is upended once more. We all know that Rashida has always been a queen, but this looks like the final straw, doesn't it? The plot becomes increasingly complex. And what's even more remarkable is that Rashida is attempting to reconcile the facts and control her emotions while all of this is going on. Young Jock, who has already experienced enough drama, is going through his own emotional upheaval as a result of her marriage's breakdown. Kirk apparently had an affair with Kendra when he was still trying to get back together with his wife. This situation is getting out of hand faster than a tornado in a trailer park, and we haven't even touched the surface. Let's take a moment to discuss Kendra. Is she just a desperate woman trying to get even with Rashida by showing off her pregnancy? Or is there something far worse at play here? According to several anonymous accounts, Kendra, furthermore, it wasn't quite a one-night fling, because Kirk and Rashida never made their continuing connection public. Does this mean that Kendra has been waiting for the right opportunity to win Rashida over? Certainly, that's how it appears. Kirk, a grown man who has already been involved in scandals yet still makes dubious choices, should not be disregarded. Is there something more sinister going on here? Or was he attempting to ruin the marriage? Let's put a little more fuel to the fire, since the twist that follows is unexpected. Rashida confronts Kirk with the pregnancy, devastated and furious. And trust me, things didn't go as planned. Considering that Kendra's pregnancy is hanging over him, what does this man's failure to keep his word say about his intentions? Has their marriage been a series of cunning tactics meant to keep him in the spotlight and draw attention at all times? Or was he ever genuinely engaged with Rashida? It's not only about a pregnancy. It's about trust, betrayal, and years of emotional investment that feels suddenly pointless. Rashida is not the kind of woman who puts up with foolishness. She began to question every aspect of her marriage, her relationship with Kirk. and the foundation they had established together as the news of her pregnancy hung over her head. When she discovered she had been duped all along, you can only imagine her expression. She will receive another surprise while she is still in shock at Kirk's betrayal, which will only make matters worse. As we've already seen, Jock isn't just doing nothing. This is completely losing his mind. How much drama is too much for one person before they lose it? A calamity is about to happen, so pay close attention. Let's go on to the next portion, as we're just getting started. Now, after learning that her idol, Kirk Frost, is having a serious affair with Kendra, Rashida is in full-blown breakdown mode. I have to admit that Kirk's attempts to minimize the issue were pitiful. Can we really expect a man who has repeatedly made poor decisions to now accept responsibility for his actions? This is the same person who initially thought cheating was a concept. It's time to talk about Kendra. As everyone knows, she's never one to keep things low-key. She's always waiting for the right moment to blow things up and cause chaos. But this is something else entirely, to a whole new level. For months, if not longer, Kendra, who is allegedly Rashida's acquaintance, has been having an affair with Kirk. Let's not pretend Kendra is innocent. I believe she knew exactly what she was doing. She has been playing the long game, waiting for the right time to reveal this information like a bomb. What exactly did she stand to gain, though? Was it just about the baby? Or was there more to it than that? Was it only the retribution she so desperately desired? Or was it Kirk's money? Furthermore, the story was not just about Rashida's desperate attempts to solve this issue. Do you remember Jock and Kendra's prior affair? That's not the purpose, though. You'll be shocked to learn that Jock allegedly knew about Kirk and Kendra's secret affair the whole time. You heard right? The Jock had all of the tea and was sitting on the tea, observing everything. Could Jock have been simply waiting for the right time to begin a secret affair? Did he believe coming out in the open would lead to the year's greatest scandal? It is made considerably more explosive by the fact that young Jock is allegedly providing both sides of the story. While Rashida is experiencing emotional turmoil, others close to him say he says he doesn't know what's happening between Kirk and Kendra. According to a source, Jock was actually involved in the entire issue. Yes, he was more than merely an acquaintance with Kendra, and his role is considerably more extensive than he is telling. I don't know your feelings, but this seems like a coincidentally. Rashida was coping with the fallout from Kirk's adultery and Kendra's pregnancy announcement when young Jock was in the hospital. Jock has gone through some difficult times. But this time there's a twist. He was hospitalized after a full-fledged love triangle. Or perhaps more precisely, a web of lies, deceit, and betrayal, according to reports. The amount of Jock's involvement is the real query. Did he and Kendra have the intention of completely destroying Kirk and Rashida? Mental collapse, yet it all happens at a very strange moment. Why had he been admitted to the hospital? Could he have been trying to flee the chaos he helped cause? Or was there something evil happening behind the scenes? Was Jock's stillness because he knew the storm was coming? Here's the thing. Kendra isn't exactly being easy on anyone. She's out there telling everyone she's pregnant and showing off her pregnancy, while Rashida is out there battling for her marriage, emotionally torn by the notion that her husband might be the father of Kendra's child. Who could blame Rashida for losing it now, even though she's always been the strongest? Even the strongest people can crumble under the pressure, and betrayal after betrayal occurs. Meanwhile, she is attempting to maintain her composure. Take a moment to imagine that your husband, whom you thought was on your side, is now the father of a kid born to another woman, and that everything is being exposed in the most annoying way possible. The way the public has responded to all of this is quite ridiculous. In addition, Jock has been at the heart of all of this drama because of his alleged role in the hospital incident and Kendra's affair. Will I survive this, or will he fail miserably? This may sound absurd, But pay close attention because the next part of the story might blow your mind. You don't want to miss this scandal because it's more complicated than it seems. Watch for episode 3 as we go into detail about the consequences of this affair, the public's response, and what actually transpired. What follows? Let's discuss the fallout because this contentious subject goes beyond Kendra's announcement of her pregnancy and the turmoil surrounding her infidelity. I assure you that the impact will be severe and is just the beginning of what Kirk, Frost, Rashida, and all those concerned will have to deal with. Let's start by examining the legal ramifications of everything that has occurred. Didn't you think this scandal would remain strictly personal? Things are getting more serious now that Kirk is supposedly having an affair with Kendra. Disguisedly. Rashida has their joint businesses. She feels sufficiently fooled, she may simply collect her stuff and leave. Because of his actions, Kirk might also be liable for alimony, child support, and possibly even legal action. Please don't think that Rashida won't go to court if required. When someone goes too far, it can cost him more than just his marriage, even when she has been faithful. It might mean the end of their empire if Kendra's child turns out to be Kirk's. Next, the public's reaction needs to be taken into account. A human can only take so many blows before collapsing, despite Rashida's long-standing association with strength. As a result, even if Kirk has tried to minimize the occurrence as a small error and assert that he is only human, the public is harsh and willing to condemn him, calling him anything from weak to greedy to a dog. She is so well liked that it's obvious that the public feels the same way. People are discussing Kirk's potential tours of public apologies as they prepare to drag him to the bottom of the social media. Abyssined. I'm not just referring to online comments. Is it possible for him to go on TV for a whole section where he at last speaks the truth? People will undoubtedly watch, despite the fact that it will be a train wreck. Hold on, there's more to the story, particularly if they have been involved. In a scandal such as this, nobody wants to miss it. This entire affair is exposing something much deeper than a failed love triangle. The part that young Jock plays is, as it turns out, he may have been implicated in this all along, despite his years of portraying the good guy. This is a man who has experienced drama before. Jock has been connected to Kendra for years, and there are allegations that he may have been involved in the entire affair from the beginning. You read correctly. Jock had the chance to ruin Kirk and Rashida's marriage by taking advantage of the situation. Did he harbor a secret wish that Kirk and Kendra would split up so he could step in? You begin to realize that things are never as they seem after working in the entertainment industry for a few years. In addition, he made use of the whole situation to improve his rapport with Rashida. Could Kirk have been attempting to infiltrate her life while he was preoccupied? Regardless of its veracity, Jock's love of drama raises the possibility that this is his elaborate plan to steal the show. The controversy is elevated to an unavoidable level by all of this chaos. It's time to talk about Kendra. She has been, but she has also approached everything with a strategic mindset. Even though Kendra has been publicly displaying her pregnancy by sharing pictures on social media to let everyone know that she is expecting Kirk's child. Let's not forget that everything was planned. Could she have been aware of Kirk's vulnerabilities and taken advantage of them? Some others believe that's really a financial ruse. Kendra may be the next great thing in reality TV drama if she plays her cards right, but she's trying to lock Kirk down with this baby. Would Kendra, however, end up regretting the outcome? If Rashida and Kirk stay together, Kendra might find herself living alone. If Rashida chooses to fight for her marriage and start afresh, what will happen to Kendra? If Kendra's scheme to depose Rashida doesn't work, she might end up with nothing except a child and a tawdry reputation. We're still a long way from that final explosive moment. Will Rashida and Kirk be able to save their marriage? Or is this the end of an era for them? Will Kendra's pregnancy be the key to eradicating Kirk and Rashida once and for all? Or is it merely a pawn in a bigger game. Will Jock's questionable involvement be exposed, or will he continue to play the media as usual and get away with it? However, that is undoubtedly far from finished. Drama, betrayal, and tragedy abound in this captivating story. You won't want to miss the next chapter. Promise you, this is only the beginning. Please share your thoughts on this crazy mess. Was Kendra's pregnancy the final nail in the coffin? Or was she just a pawn in a much larger plot involving Rashida? And Kirk? Is it game over for Kirk? Or do you think he can ever reconcile his marriage? Don't forget about young Jock. Does he have the idea behind the entire play? Or is he just this story is far from over because the plot is getting more complicated with every new development? If you would like to be informed of the latest developments, please hit the bell, like this video, and subscribe to our channel. You won't miss any of the drama if you do this. What follows? Will Kirk and Rashida prevail, or will Kendra's secret scheme be revealed at last? This narrative is far from ending explosively. So share your predictions in the comments section below, and let's continue the conversation. Don't forget to share it with your friends. They should also be made aware of this terrible circumstance. We'll be here to provide you with the most recent information, so keep your eyes peeled and tune in for more amazing insights. Until the next time, remain scandalized.